Photo in mid-February in 2021, and what you're looking at here is one of those class projects that seems kind of silly at the time but turns out to be kind of cool. This was a weather vane that my youngest son made for his first grade class back in October. So several months before I shot this photo, my son had a project where he was supposed to take a pencil and a pin and a straw and a little bit of poster board or cardstock and create this weather vane. And he did that, and he jammed it in the ground in our backyard right outside the back door. And in fact, our porch is just on the left-hand side of this photo. And this little weather vane has been there for months, and I can't quite believe it is still there. And I had no idea it would last as long. We thought it would sit there for like a day or two. Well, it lasted through the ice storm we had at the end of October. It lasted through the ups and downs of winter. We've had rain, we've had wind. This is actually in the middle of the cold snap that we had in the Midwest, where we had several days of, we actually had like almost 2 weeks of temperatures below freezing and a couple days where it was like hovering around zero. And we had a ton of snow, at least for Oklahoma, it was a lot of snow. And you can see here the pencil is normally like several inches tall, and just the tip of it is sticking up because it's covered in snow, or the bottom part is. And that usually doesn't happen in Oklahoma. So this is kind of in the middle of that cold snap, I didn't really want to leave the house. In fact, I don't think any of us left the house for 3 days. And yet I wanted to try and find a way to capture the coldness and remember the event. I don't know that this actually does that, but after seeing this thing slowly get filled up with snow to the point where you're seeing it here, this little weather vane, I thought one day, you know what, I should just take a picture of that kind of for posterity to remember this weird little class project. And it kind of serves as a reminder about the whole event, because we don't get snow like this in Minnesota. In Minnesota, you certainly do. In Oklahoma. But when I look at this photo, I remember that time when we got a ton of snow and it was really cold, and the fact that this is a project that my son did for his online school because of the pandemic and all that. There's a lot of meaning in this photo for me personally. Maybe not for you because it's just a pencil and some tape and a straw. But I take photos for myself, and I take photos so that I can find meaning in the world around me through visual imagery. And so to me, that's what this photo does. It reminds me of a specific time and a specific location, since this is my backyard. And it was just kind of a fun way to think about how to commemorate or remember this really strange time through a picture.